Oi, oi! Até o dia 19 de agosto ainda tá rolando aquela super promoção, então até semana que vem. E a promoção do Cambly é 4 planos, 2 para adultos e 2 para crianças. Ou seja, tudo num pacote maravilhoso. Gente, é um sorteio, não tem que pagar nada. É só seguir o linkzinho que tá aqui embaixo na show notes e participar. Coloca seu e-mail, você vai receber um link único e você pode compartilhar com seus amigos. Quanto mais compartilhamentos, mais chances de ganhar. E o muito importante, para você que quer testar essa plataforma maravilhosa de professores nativos da língua inglesa, é só usar o nosso código Inglês no Icru Podcast. Dessa forma, você vai estar super up to date de tudo que estamos falando por aqui, tá bom? Now, on with the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Foster from English no Crew. Today we have a special guest, a couple of surprises. First of all, we are recording outside, which is always a pleasure. We have dogs running around. Hey, Josie, please don't eat the cords. Today we are with my brother, Camden. Camden, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, brother.
How are you doing?
Doing well. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to have Camden on for a couple of reasons. First, he's my brother. Always good to have family on the show. Secondly, Alexia says that Camden is probably the hardest person, the most difficult person to understand. So we'll see how you do with that. And last but not least, Camden is a lawyer, which a lot of our listeners study law, practice law in Brazil. So maybe we can talk a little bit about that too. Sound good?
That sounds good.
Cool. So, Camden, I wanted to start with just a couple of funny trivia questions about Brazil.
Lay it on me.
So, first of all, Camden, all right, lightning round. What is the capital of Brazil?
Sao Paulo.
Okay, Camden, we'll give you 2 tries. It's not Sao Paulo.
It is a large city,
Uh, You're in the right direction.
and it's not Rio.
It's not Rio. It's not Sao Paulo. Do you know any other Brazilian cities?
Brasilia.
There we go. Nice. He got it.
Aha.
Awesome. Okay, trivia question number 2. We have a plane flying overhead. Do you know approximately how many people are in Brazil?
300 million.
It's pretty good. I don't know the exact number. I think it's around 250 million.
I was thinking off of America, which is just over 330.
Yeah. Did you know that if you do not count Alaska, Brazil is actually bigger in terms of geography than the US?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, when you think about Brazil, do you have any specific like images or ideas that come to your head?
I think of Christ the Redeemer and beaches and beautiful women, seafood,
So super stereotypical.
no doubt.
Yeah. What about when you think about Brazilian food? What do you think about?
I think of the Americanized Brazilian steakhouses, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Second,
Churrascaria. Yeah.
possibly good seafood, fresh seafood.
Yeah. Do you think spicy or not spicy?
I think spicy, just from other South American countries, but I have no basis to know that.
Yeah. You know, Alexia hates spicy food.
That's a shame. I love spicy food.
Camden puts hot sauce on everything. Any other thoughts on Brazil?
I'd like to come one day.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
You always have an open invitation.
it's a place that we're fascinated by here in America, especially given the political dynamics in our country. And we hear bits and pieces on world news about
Yeah.
what's happening in Brazil. And it's easier for us to understand now, I believe, given the political world that we live in here in America.
Yeah. Trump made it a lot easier to understand a lot of South American countries.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah. Did you watch The Mechanism yet on Netflix?
I do not know what that is.
It's a really cool show about just political corruption in Brazil. It's good if you want to get up to speed on that kind of thing.
I would like that. I took a Latin American history and policy class in college about 12, 15 years ago, and all we learned about was Lula, 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 Lula.
Yeah. Yeah. Lula is in jail right now. So it's a complicated situation for him. But if you watch The Mechanism, you'll understand all that.
I'll take a look.
Cool. So, talking about college, Camden is a lawyer. You're an attorney. Can you explain just like a very simplified version of what you do? Like, what kind of law do you practice?
So I practice mostly healthcare litigation from the personal injury side.
Mm
We call that kind of blood and guts law.
hmm.
What we
Ugh.
do is we represent people that are injured by the negligence of hospitals, medical providers, nursing homes, retirement centers.
Yeah. Can I ask a very ignorant question?
Of course.
When you say litigation, what do you mean?
Litigation is the courtroom process. It means that I'm not in the business of cutting deals for businesses or big corporations. We're not working on mergers or acquisitions. We represent people in the courtroom and in the formal court process.
So, litigation is more kind of people centered rather than companies.
It can be. A good way to think about it is litigators are the ones that try cases, that are
Yeah.
actually in the courtroom, that are arguing motions in front of judges, taking depositions.
Gotcha. And do you like being a lawyer?
I love being a lawyer. I'm one of the few happy lawyers, I think, in this country, maybe in Brazil as well.
Yeah. So, can you talk a little bit about the process of becoming a lawyer in the US? Because in Brazil, in university and undergraduate, you have the choice to study law. And then after your university studies, you are a lawyer. In the US, it's really different. So, you can speak like personally about how you became a lawyer, I guess.
It is much different. Here we have a requirement that you have some kind of graduate degree that's specifically in law. We call
Yeah.
that a Juris Doctor
Yeah.
degree.
So, a JD, if you want to be one of the cool kids, you can just say a JD.
Correct, correct. And before you get a JD, it's traditional to get a 4-year college degree.
Yeah. So what did you study in college?
I studied English, so literature.
Well, you speak really well. Your English is all right.
Accent notwithstanding.
Cool. So you have to do 4 years of university and then 3 years of law school.
And then 3 years of law school, and then you also have to take a bar examination. You have to become licensed in each state that you want to practice law. For example, I practice law primarily here in South Carolina.
Exclusively in South Carolina.
Exclusively, yes. And unless you do get some kind of additional bar certification in further states, I cannot legally practice law across the border in, say,
Yeah.
North Carolina.
So the bar exam is just the entrance exam to officially become a lawyer, right?
Correct. And it's 3 days here in South Carolina.
Yeah, it's really intense. So you have to take, if you wanted to practice in a different state, essentially they have 50 different bar exams for 50 different states.
There are ways around that. You can what's called waive in to certain states, which means that if you pass the bar exam in one state, certain states will have a reciprocal agreement where they will allow you to practice there. There are also certain situations where a lawyer in a different state can vouch for you. For example, I work a couple cases in Georgia and North Carolina with attorneys that are
Got you.
stationed there.
Yeah. When you say vouch for you, that means like someone is speaking on your behalf saying that you can practice in another state.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's a good idiomatic expression. Well, I guess last question, my brother, would be, is there any simple phrase or something that you would like to learn in Portuguese or know how to say?
I would love to know how to say the American equivalent of y'all, which is
Y'all.
yeah.
Okay, so Camden and I were both from the South, South Carolina. So instead of saying you all or you guys, they really don't have an informal way to say this in Brazil, but you would say vocês.
Buswitch.
So repeat with me. Say
Vo
vocês.
seis
Yeah, vocês.
voices.
Yeah, and if you want to talk like Alexia with a accent from Rio, you would say vocês.
Voice swish. Voice seis.
Vocês.
Vo seis.
Just like 6 in Spanish.
Voice seis.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Right.
Gracias.
Cool. Please don't say gracias on our show. That
I took 2 years of elementary Spanish.
Yeah. So to say thank you in Portuguese, you would say like what they're literally saying is much obliged or obliged. So they say obrigado.
Obrigado, listeners.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigado, gente. Tchau, tchau. Thanks, Cameron.
Oi, pessoal! Obrigada por escutar mais um episódio do Inglês Necro Rádio. Por agora, nós não estamos aceitando novos alunos para o Sound School. Mas, enquanto isso, tem umas coisinhas bem legais que vão te ajudar com seu inglês e que também vão apoiar esse podcast mais amado dos brasileiros. Nós acabamos de lançar um novo recurso chamado Friday Freebies. A cada sexta-feira, vamos mandar para você um novo recurso que criamos para te ajudar a melhorar cada vez mais o seu inglês e também algumas coisas bem engraçadas como behind the scenes da gente. Então, para ficar por dentro disso tudo, é só acessar www.inglesnoicru.com/free, tá? Você também pode entrar na lista de espera do Sound School e também será o primeiro a saber quando as novas applications serão abertas. Você também pode deixar uma review pra gente, hein? Juro, isso ajuda muito, 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 muito. Tudo isso e mais um pouco no inglesnoicru.com. Então vai lá e, como sempre, keep up the good fight and lose well.